Hi, my name is Andrew Onimus. I'm a speaker with a nonprofit organization called Minding Your Mind. We have a bunch of speakers that travel all over the country, and we go into middle schools, high schools, and colleges talking about mental health by sharing our own personal stories of struggle and hope. Most of our speakers have experienced mental health challenges, many times crisis, and then ultimately received help and treatment to get back to being happy and healthy again. I've been healthy for now 12 years. My story starts in college. I was a student athlete at a small school in Pennsylvania, playing football and running track. I was a defensive back and a sprinter on the track team. I never really had any triggers, any losses, accidents, something that I thought might bring about sadness in my life. I maybe had a couple minor things happen, a relationship end, an injury at the start of my senior football season, but really nothing out of the norm. And I started to get into this funk. And that's really what I called it for about 3 months. I noticed myself having less interest in stuff. One of the biggest changes for me was sleep. I was getting very little sleep compared to normal. I had issues concentrating in class. I fell behind in my studies. I started to lose weight. Some of my appetite changed. I had definitely sensed more isolation than before. I was usually a pretty social person, and now I was a lot more often alone. Or maybe with friends, but really not myself, putting on a little bit of a facade. And I remember when I went through this for a couple weeks, turned into a couple months, I would go online and search all of my symptoms: lack of motivation, low mood, not smiling, not laughing as much. And I was trying everything to do it on my own, put my head down, rub some dirt on it. And everything I found online pointed towards depression and anxiety. And when I saw it, I remember thinking, that how could that be me? I have a wonderful life. Wonderful family. I'm in college. I have a lot of good things going for me. I had a job lined up, and I pretty much said to myself that you have to get through this on your own. And there were really two reasons I didn't seek help. One was fear, I guess stigma in a way, and two was I didn't want to be a burden on my family and friends. So I bottled it up, and it got worse. November came that fall, and it got really bad. I started to have negative thoughts, self-harm tendencies, and then suicidal thoughts crept in, and I hadn't slept in a long time. I was really thankful to have a couple of my friends and teammates push me in the right direction. They forced me to call my mom. They told a football coach I wasn't okay when I was in that really low place. And I ended up, thankfully, going to a hospital by my house coming home, and I got diagnosed in the emergency room with depression, anxiety, and insomnia. And that was the first step of me seeking help, was waiting till rock bottom in crisis. I'm so grateful that I received the right help I needed. It took a little while to find that right recipe of recovery, like it does for many people. For me, it was a combination of medication, antidepressants, and sleep meds, counseling and therapy. I met with a few until I found the right combination and the right one who saved my life. And support. My own support for myself, coping skills, building up a toolbox, learning what to do in those bad moments and days and nights instead of isolating, forcing myself to do stuff in the beginning. And then after a little while, things start to change, and I found to be okay again, and then be healthy again, and then eventually being happy again. That was over 12 years ago now. I'm 34. I have a wonderful family. I've been happy and healthy since. I've had a few different jobs, and I'm really lucky to still be part of this mission around suicide prevention and mental health support. I still have a therapist. I still take a medication every morning, an antidepressant. Might be on it forever, and that's completely okay. I've learned how to manage it and what to do. And really our mission is to let kids and anyone who might listen to this know that they're not alone if they ever struggle, that it's not a weakness to need help, and that it gets better. I never thought it would get better when I was in it. And I've been healthy for 12 years. So there is a light at the end of that tunnel. Keep on keeping on. And I appreciate you listening.